Hi everybody, and thanks so much for tuning in to Rise, Reign, Rule. My name is Rebecca and I will be your host today. And I'm going to talk to you about money mindset and the ways that you are able to elevate yourself and elevate your confidence around money. And let's get started. So I want to take you guys through a couple of little tips that I found most helpful within my money mindset personally. I am not saying that I am an expert or a multimillionaire by any means yet, but I do want to tell you that for my age demographic and from what I came from, I am fairly successful, and it takes a lot for me to say that. It takes a lot for me to recognize that, and for me to step into this space and teach you is an honor, and I'm really excited about it. So as we step into here, I encourage you guys to pop me comments either in my DMs on Instagram at Rise, Reign, Rule. I'll put it right here. Or pop comments right below. I know that YouTube tends to be a little finicky when you're popping comments in different places and you have to sign in and it's a pain. So I do want to give my Instagram just so that you guys can pop over there. So let's get started. Okay, step number one might seem a little bit obvious, but I'm gonna step into it right off the bat. One, you don't invest. Maybe it's not obvious. Maybe you're totally surprised by the fact that that's my number one. Yes, it's my number one. If you don't invest in yourself and you don't make yourself uncomfortable, you will stay in the same spot that you were always in for the test of time. I know that sounds super bleak and really negative, but if you don't invest in yourself and you don't take the time to move money away from yourself, you will always find yourself at a certain temperature or certain number in your savings account or checkings account. You know what I'm talking about right now because you guys are, I was on the other side of this YouTube channel saying, oh my gosh, she found me out. I totally get that. I do always end up to the same number. Like, what the heck, right? So what happens is we get comfortable and we say, okay, well, I'm at that number, and if I go below it, that doesn't feel good, so I'm gonna stay where I'm at. We make more money, and then we spend it, and then we get to that same number, and we're like, oh, I can't spend anymore because I'm at that number. I call that number our sleep number. And it's kind of like a sleep number bed. We all have a certain number, especially as women. And I want you to start to make yourself a little bit more uncomfortable. As you do that, you step into a new space, you step into a new story, and you create an environment in which you can start to thrive. Mentally, you start to stretch yourself. And it's just like fitness. It's like running the extra block even though you don't want to, because trust me, I don't want to. But you do it anyway, and then you're like, oh shoot, I'm down 0.2 again on this scale. I'm feeling pretty good about that. Think about it. I feel very strongly that money is such a heavy topic that often, or not often enough, we just avoid and we kind of skip through because we think, okay, well, it'll happen or I'll get to it. And oftentimes in our fitness journey, we look at where we are currently and we say to ourselves, there's just no way I can scale to the place that I want to be. I'm never going to look like that. I am fat. I am not in the space that I am wanting to be, and I feel zero motivation to get there. And when we embrace the in-between, when we embrace the space that we are currently, and we're able to identify the little habits that we tend to do that will make us much, much, much more successful, we then step up. Number two, guys, mindset. Your mindset comes from oftentimes the place that you grew up in. So I'm gonna give my example because these are the things that I heard. Money doesn't grow on trees. What do you think I'm made of money? You're burning dollars. And no, we don't have that type of money and we never will. When you're formulating your mindset around anything, life, fitness, spirituality, oftentimes it comes from a place that we were taught from somebody else. If you think about it, our whole world is like that. Our whole world is made of these ideas that people no smarter than you and I created and was like, okay, well, we're gonna stick to that because it's logical and it works for us. That's great, but when it comes to your money mindset, you have to switch your internal dialogue. When you switch your internal dialogue around money, that being rich is filthy or snobby, or that being rich is not for your kind, or I'm trying to think what else I've been told, but all these, I've rerouted my brain so much that it's not there anymore. But all these little things, these little ideas that we were taught by our parents are imperative to the growth and development of ourselves. Now, I'm not saying to just turn on all your lights and let your electric bill go to like $500 in a month. Okay, you know, if you want to and you feel empowered by that and you're like, dang, I paid that and that's awesome, great for you. But I think that when you're shifting your mentality around money, it's more the self-speak, and your brain knows when your brain is doing brain gymnastics. Let's be real. If you're just saying it and you're kind of jumping through the motions, it's not going to serve you. So think about the way that you're positioning this for yourself, by yourself, and really make it feed you for you. And that's it. Not some Instagram post, not somebody else who's posting on Snapchat, whatever. Stop the noise of portraying the idea and start to embody it. Number 3, language. I'm not talking about swearing. Maybe I am. Okay, so when we talk about language with regard to money and with regard to our money mindset, we really want to make sure that we are speaking in an assumptive way. When we're speaking in a very negative way, and you girls know what I'm talking about, okay, when I afford something, when my account reaches 100,000, when I have 200 clients, when I have XYZ, when this happens, I'm gonna get a new car and I'm so excited about it, and feel it. We as women are so afraid of feeling something that might not happen because we think that we're going to disappoint ourselves so much that we're gonna be like, I can't do this. I'm just gonna go sit in the corner and cry. When has that actually happened for you? Exactly. So throw that idea out the window and put in the new idea of, okay, I'm gonna pump up my language in the most positive way possible. And guess what else? I'm also going to be able to level up my mindset because it's going to create a much healthier environment for my kids, for myself, for my spouse, everybody, and I can do it. Number 4, energy. Energy around money is imperative. The way that you receive and the way that you give money is something that the universe, I know I'm totally gonna sound hooky now. Brace yourself, throw on your Mercury retrograde seatbelt and pop in that airbag of like tarot cards. But seriously, guys, when you talk about the anxiety and the feelings that you had around money in the past, make sure that it's anchored in the past. When you're talking about money today and you're changing your money mindset, make sure that you're able to go into a space of when and how it's going to happen and how it's going to feel. When you're writing a bill, be like, thank you so much for giving me the ability to be able to write this bill, that I have enough in my account right now that I can cover this. Thank you. And do it every single time you write your bills or your rent, and think about what that's providing for you. Okay, I have a roof over my head. Okay, I wrote my mortgage. I have a basement that doesn't leak. Think about the things that we are so in between on because we don't even want to give the space to, because it's in the now. And it's so easy to regret or be like, oh, but in the past, or oh, in the future, it's going to be like this. Stop for a minute. Center yourself in the now and be able to see how truly blessed you are with what you do have. It changes everything. Last one, and it's super uncomfortable for me. Stop following bad influencers. It's bad. You guys know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the person that you know is just scraping by, that has massive credit card bills and is posting about, oh, look how abundant we are. It's the person that just started the newest MLM and is popping up on the private Facebook group and saying, oh, I just made 50,000 in XYZ. And while that's possible, and I totally have respect for people who are grinding and doing the work, that's great. I also have more respect for people who are real. And I think that now is the time to be real. Back 10 years ago, we had to create this facade of who we were and what we looked like and all these frou-frou things. It's time to be raw and real with yourself and with others. When you're posting about something, don't post something just because you think it's gonna make you look good. Don't follow somebody because you like the way that they're posting about their Rolls Royce that you think is on lease or that you know is on lease. That's even worse. But think about who you want to follow from an essence standpoint. There's so much more to a person than just money, and recognizing that their energy and that their insight and that their wisdom is going to feed you in a different way will serve you on a higher level, which will allow you to grow. The people that you follow make a big difference in your life, and it predicts how you think. So I want you guys to think about, who am I following that no longer serves me? Why am I actually taking the time to post through these stories on Instagram that I'm perpetually bored by? Why am I putting myself in this friend group when I know that when I get up, they're gonna be talking about me? If it doesn't serve you, let it leave you. Finally, guys, there will be more tips around money and money mindset, but the first thing I want you to talk about to yourself is getting comfortable with the word money. I know that money isn't the most comfortable word, and it's also not the most comfortable space to talk about, which is why I wanted to knock it out right now. But I also applaud you for watching this video the whole way through, and thank you for your presence and your time here today. I'm really excited for our next couple of videos because I think that they're really going to create an amazing space for you to be able to rise, reign, and roll. Till next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and do all of the things. I really appreciate your time. Goodbye. Okay. Number 3, guys. Number 3, this is very exciting for me, and I totally just forgot it. Oh my God, hold on. We're wasting money or burning money. Where do you think money comes from? Do you think it burns on trees or comes on trees? Ah, la 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 la. Wah wah. I can't speak. Why can't I?